Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Meaningful Motivations with Tracy Erickson. And of course, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Tracy Erickson. And in this video, I decided to give some quick energy updates for all the different zodiac signs because today happens to be the day of the summer solstice. So it's June 20th, 2024 at the time of this recording. Now, these are going to be general tarot readings, so of course, just take whatever parts of these readings that resonate with you. The solstice is said to represent abundance, expansion, and even new beginnings. Some associate this solstice with emerging from the dark, both spiritually and physically, since this date also coincides with the first day of astrological summer. So with that being said, I thought it'd be a great idea to just kind of check in with the energies that are going on right now for each and every sign. And as usual, whenever there's multiple readings in one video, I will be sure to put the timestamps down in the description box under this video. And I will also try to remember to put them in the comment section for you as well. Now, I'm going to take just a moment to ask you guys, if you are a viewer but you have not yet subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? I'm inviting you now to click subscribe down below. And of course, I would just love it if you would click like on this video if you like the information you receive. And you can also feel free to leave me a comment down below. I just love reading all of your comments. So let's go ahead and just dive right into these readings. And I'm going to start, of course, with the Aries. Hello to all you Aries out there. I've already pulled your 3 oracle cards to begin this reading for you. So the StarCodes Astro Oracle starts with this card for the 8th house, and it says mystery. So I do feel like this new beginning energy that's coming in is going to be something that you maybe weren't really expecting, but this could also be that you're kind of tapping in to the more mysterious things in your life. Because the 8th house in astrology is all about secrets, ritual, occult, and power. It's about death and regeneration, sexual activity, shared assets, finances, legacies, and wills, okay? So the next card you have is change. So there's going to be a big change, but I see this being, obviously it's going to be a little difficult. It's going to feel hard if you try to resist this change. So I would just say kind of let it flow as much as possible, because the last card of the oracle cards is time for a nap. So I do feel like, Aries, it's going to be very important for you to slow down and take a moment to really assess the situations that are coming. And as well, with this being the 8th house saying mystery and also just being about death and regeneration, it's really time to take a look at the things in your life and what aspects of your life you might want to change. All right, Aries. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the Rider-Waite deck 3 times, and let's just get a little clarity for you, Aries, before we move on to the next sign. All right, the first card we have is 9 of Pentacles reversed. We have the Moon. Oh my gosh. Mystery, intuition, occult. And we have the 3 of Cups reversed. Ooh, with 3 of Cups reversed and the Moon next to each other, I do feel like some of this change for some of you could have to do with the change in relationships in your life, maybe due to some secrets being kept from you. And many times when the Three of Cups comes up reverse, I see this as three's a crowd. So I don't know if you've been feeling like maybe someone's been keeping a little secret from you. But we also have that Nine of Pentacles reversed as the first card. So I feel like in the physical, some things may have happened leading up to this point that just kind of makes you feel as though some of the hard work that you've put in your life may not be paying off. But remember, it's time for a nap. So it's time to really assess your life, where you've been, and it's time to make these changes, something that you weren't even willing to foresee yet. Okay? So I feel like as you make these changes and kind of learn to go with the flow, even through this mysterious time that you weren't expecting, that's how you're going to get through, is just by giving yourself the self-love that is necessary to know when it's time to walk away from situations, people, places, and things that are no longer serving you. Okay, Aries, so keep in mind that as you go through this change, it's going to be up to you to just let yourself move forward. Don't sleep on this opportunity for change, even though you got the take a nap card. You're going to be wanting to ignore this change, but it's coming whether you like it or not. So take this as an opportunity to direct your life in the way that you want. And I feel as though you're also going to be tapping more into your intuition, emotions, and just how you're feeling about these certain situations in your life. Thank you, Aries, for watching. Don't forget to click the like button if you like this video. And now I'm going to move on to the sign of Taurus. Hello, Taurus. I have already pre-shuffled your 3 oracle cards to begin this reading. So with the StarCodes Astro Oracle, we got the Uranus, which is about change. So in astrology, the planet Uranus is all about inner individuality and uniqueness, intuitive and creative, expressed as inspiration or rebellion. It's about breakthrough of society structures to become independent and original. All right. And the second card we have here is the Void. The Void is also a number 1, as you can see at the top of the card here. So this, again, is giving me the vibes of like a new beginning. But with it being the dark moon, it's almost like you're not real sure where you're going to move forward from here, right? And the last card for the oracle cards for you, Taurus, is the Regeneration card. And I really love this card, even though it looks a little scary and intimidating to some. Because many times, if a forest, sometimes in order to grow new trees, the old forest has to be burned down, right? So you have to go through this stage of death and decay almost like getting completely rid of the old in order to draw in the new, which I think is very interesting, starting with the change in the Void card, right? Because as you're going through these changes, especially tied to the planet Uranus, which is about your own individuality, rather than being identified with a particular person, place, or thing. This is about you understanding who you are and how you want to move forward. But with this Void, it's like in this new beginning, it's going to be a little bit like you're going to feel like you're kind of blind trying to lead the way here, right? But it's okay, because as you continue to move through that kind of darkness, and darkness isn't anything scary. All it is a lack of awareness, right? So you're going to gain some type of awareness because you have this Regeneration card leading to something great moving forward. And I really feel like this is all about, this energy update for you, Taurus, is all about change, but it's not only changing who you are or anything like that. It's about completely letting go something that no longer serves you. And that is going to cause this new growth to just like spontaneously happen for you. moving forward. So now I'm going to shuffle the Rider-Waite deck 3 times, and we'll get a little clarity for this reading from 3 of the tarot cards as well. The moon. Oh my gosh. Your reading is so much the same as Aries. Okay, Taurus, this is just crazy. But you have the moon card. And as you can see at the bottom of this card, there is a lobster who's exiting the water where it feels the most comfortable and it's coming onto the land. So within this card, it's almost like you're not really sure what to expect moving forward, but it's definitely going to be something new and something exciting. Now, it's also going to be like, it's almost like a mystery as well. So you may have to rely heavily on your intuition, your emotions, you know, rather than your thoughts and about this certain change. Next card is the King of Swords. This one is coming up reversed. I do feel like this card coming right after the moon is like, these changes, because as you can see on the King of Swords, he has a throne with butterflies on it. He also has a crown on his head, you know, and all this. So what I feel with this throne being of butterflies is that with this card being reversed, it's like you don't even foresee this, you don't even foresee in your own thinking right now. Hence the void card, right? You don't even know what's coming. You have no idea what's coming. It's all a big mystery because that card is reversed. You are unaware of this transformation that's taking place within you. Again, the 2 of Wands is reversed. It's like you're not really looking forward as in, I want to change this or that. But I feel like it's just going to take place. Because again, you have that regeneration card. Sometimes we choose our change, and sometimes change is chosen for us. And I feel like that's what's going on during this summer solstice energy for you Taurus out there. So just continue to move forward and let yourself just kind of lean into the change as it comes. And really just don't overthink it and don't try to plan it because it's happening for you, not just to you. It's also happening for you. But like I said, it's all a big mystery. We have the moon, we have the void card, and these 2 were reversed. So it's something that's just unplanned, unexpected, but completely worth it in the end. All right, Taurus, don't forget to like this video if you like it. And now I will be moving on to Gemini. Hello, Gemini. I have already pre-shuffled your 3 oracle cards for the beginning of this reading. And then I will be giving the Rider-Waite tarot deck a few shuffles to pull 3 cards for clarity. So the first oracle card we have is Pallas Athena. And at the bottom of the card, it says think. And then at the top of the card, as you can see, it is the number 30. So my first thought immediately is, because this is like a little, it's a helmet, so it's going over his head as well. So with this card being your first card, this energy is just saying that your thoughts are definitely creating your reality, okay, Gemini? So it's going to be important to focus on those thoughts that you want to create. Next, we have abundance. So this is amazing. Now, abundance is not only about wealth and money, right? Abundance is about creativity, having a fertile mind that has lots of great ideas. It's about having friends and family that surround you. It's about good food and fun. So abundance is more than just money. It's an energy. But in this summer solstice time, Gemini, it looks like you're going to be living in that abundance, you know, the general energy of abundance. And the last oracle card you got, Gemini, is the Clean It Up card. So Right away, I noticed as well that the number on this card is 21. 2 plus 1 is 3, just like the 30 card, digits down to 3. So this is all just kind of a little reminder for you, Gemini, because I know sometimes you can be very abundant in your thinking, but sometimes you might block your own abundance because of like maybe negative thinking that might cloud your vision at times. So this is just kind of reminding you that when that happens, when you're feeling like your thoughts and feelings are getting away from that clear abundance that is around you, it's going to be time for you to take it upon yourself to clean that up, to turn those thoughts around. All right, Gemini, now let me just shuffle the tarot cards a few times to get some clarity for you, Gemini. All right, Gemini. So we have Ace of Swords, and this card came up reversed. And it looks like there's going to be, it's possible that some certain ideas are going to come into your awareness, but you're going to know when to accept those ideas and when not to accept those ideas. And of course, the next card we get is the Chariot. You are the driving force behind where your life takes you. So again, it's kind of confirming what I just said about that reverse Ace of Swords. Finally, we have the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups is basically saying that your emotions around certain people, places, and things might actually surprise you in the near future. But those surprises can lead to new ways of thinking, new ways of being, and new ways of directing yourself, right? But it's going to be important to remember that if ever your emotions get a little bit out of your control, or your thoughts get a little out of your control on the more negative side, that it's going to be up to you. You're the driver of this. It's going to be up to you to clean up the cloudiness that those thoughts and emotions may create for you, Gemini. So I hope that you like this reading. Don't forget to click that like button, especially if this reading resonates. And now it's time to move on to the sign of Cancer. Hello, Cancer. I have already pre-shuffled your 3 oracle cards for this reading. And the first card we got here for you is the Aries card, the Ram. And at the bottom of the card here, it says act. Okay, now, the Aries in astrology is all about being active, ambitious, assertive, competitive, courageous, creative, enthusiastic, extroverted, free, individualistic, but also naive, self-assured, headstrong, impatient, prideful, and quick-tempered, okay? So the next card you have here is the Extremes card. So this could be about like sexual desire and wanting to move forward in that way with a particular person. But this card is also about getting into those extreme feelings, you know, similar to lust that can kind of take over your thoughts and your emotions when you let it get to the extremes, right? And finally, we have the Community card as the final oracle card in your reading, Cancer. All right, so with these 3 cards, I do see for sure that it is up to you to take some type of action step in your life and in some way possibly reach out. Look at the drafts in this image. It is sometimes like the small giraffe, people will come to you. But sometimes, like the large giraffe, you have to go to them. But they love you all the same. So I feel like the Extremes card came out in the middle because sometimes I feel like sometimes it's like time for you to take action, but you don't at times. You know, we all do that. So I feel like if you feel like something needs to happen, but it doesn't because you didn't take some type of action towards it, that's when you get into these extremes, right? In the kind of emotional front. But when you take action and do the steps that you need to reach out to people or, you know, in any way, just like take an action, because I feel like that is what will keep you out of those extremes. Because then you're the one who's in control of moving forward with the next step of whatever action needs to be taken at that time. So now I'm just going to shuffle the Rider-Waite tarot deck 3 times, and then I'll pull 3 cards for a little clarity for you Cancer signs. All right, Cancer. First, we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. I do feel like this is almost confirmation that the world is offering you something, but you just aren't grabbing it, possibly. But you do have opportunities in the world for abundance. It's just up to you to do the action steps to go and grab it. We do have the 3 of Swords reversed. Again, I feel like with that being the second card, it kind of corresponds with the extremes. I feel like the feeling of losing something material has led to some type of heartache for some of you Cancer signs out there, okay? So let's get the final card. Yeah, we have the 7 of Wands. Now, if you look closely at this card, the man in the card who's very defensive is wearing 2 different shoes. So it's almost like he's getting into that extreme defense mode, and he like is so scattered that he didn't even put on the same 2 shoes this morning. So what I feel like is taking place, it's like because of some sort of defenses in your thinking, it can cause you to get caught up in those extremes, right? So the only way out is really to just take action and to accept what the world is offering you at this time, rather than to not accept it, and to reach out to people who love you and who you love, who can help you get through this. Because expressing the way you feel about it to someone that you love and trust is really going to help you to get through that, the extreme of it all. All right. So I hope this reading helps you, Cancer. If you like this video, don't forget to click the like button. And of course, now we're going to move on to the sign of Leo. Hello, Leo. I have already pre-shuffled your 3 oracle cards for this reading. And after we look at those 3, I will be shuffling the Rider-Waite tarot deck to pull 3 cards from that for clarity. So, Leo, the first card we have in the oracle cards is the Venus card. And this one says beloved. And you guys, when this card came out for you, Leo, it just made me smile. I feel like the energy of this summer solstice, first of all, it's basically your guys' time to shine, right? Because it's summer and your planet is the sun. I just feel like basically you're feeling really good right about now, right? The next card was the Wisdom card. And on top of this card, you'll see the number 22. And the number 22 is the Master Builder number. So what I feel is coming from this oracle card for you, Leo, is that you've actually taken knowledge from your life experience and you're turning it into wisdom. It's the Master Builder after all. So it's like, it may have been a long time coming, but you're getting to this point where you literally have awareness for your life situations that come up based on past experience. So therefore, you've turned your knowledge and experience into wisdom at this point. And the last oracle card is the Round and Round card. And as you can see, it is like a spiral coming right out of her forehead in the image. So with the Round and Round card, it's almost like the world continues to give us these lessons over and over. But I feel like in this season, Leo, you are just going to recognize as things come up for you that you have a much wiser way of going about certain situations in your life, right? So you may not experience the exact same situation as before, but it'll be a similar situation. I feel like you're going to realize that you really have grown in wisdom because you're going to be able to handle it so much differently now than maybe in the past. And this has a lot to do with connecting with that feeling of love, acceptance, self-love, and all things Venus. All right, Leo, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the Rider-Waite deck a few times, and I'm going to pull 3 cards for clarity on this reading for you Leos. All right, so we have the 4 of Wands reversed, clarified by the 5 of Swords, and the 6 of Cups reversed. Okay. All right, so again, I'm gonna point out what we already said is like you're so connected with what you've learned in the past that new things are going to come around from the past, but you're going to learn when to walk away and when to take up all the swords, right? So you're going to know when to be these guys walking away and when to be the one that's like, no, I'm going to take all these swords for myself. All right. Now, I do see that certain situations, it may come up where it's like you're not feeling like fully, how do I explain this energy that I'm feeling? Okay, so I feel like there are going to be some times where you feel like you're not the main character in your story, right? But you're able again to either be the main character or the other characters within the story. Now, I see that with the 6 of Cups being reversed, that definitely something from the past may be coming up for you. But again, you have this level of wisdom now that is helping you to be able to face this in a different way than before. And so you're going to almost, I feel like you're going to almost feel triumphant within yourself. Maybe not in front of others or with another person, but it's going to be with yourself. It's going to lead to contentment within yourself because of the knowledge and life experience that has now turned into wisdom that you can use moving forward, Leo. I hope this reading helped you, and be sure to click that like button. And now it's time to move on to Virgo. Hello, Virgo. I have already pre-shuffled the 3 oracle cards for your reading today. So the first one that you got for this reading is the Gemini card. And at the bottom it says cross-pollinate. All right, so this energy of Gemini is about being communicative, about being changeable. It's about sharing stories and ideas with other people. Now, on the negative side of Gemini, it's also a warning not to gossip or criticize too much about other people as well. The second card you have here is the Wisdom card. And the Leo, actually, the reading right before this one, also had the Wisdom card. And I explained that as wisdom that comes from knowledge and life experience. So you have this knowledge and you kind of assimilate it through life experience, and then it turns into wisdom. As you can see, the number 22 is at the top of this card, and that number is really the master builder number. So this card is all about some wisdom that you've built in yourself over time. And finally, we got a change in the wind card. So as your thinking changes through this season, Virgo, I do feel like you're going to want to use discernment when sharing information. And I think it's going to be easy for you because you have that wisdom card showing up right in the middle. So yes, things have been changing. Thoughts, attitudes have been changing about people, places, and things. But I do feel like you're going to use the wisdom you've gained to actually have more grace as you move forward into these changes. All right, Virgo? Now, I'm going to shuffle the Rider-Waite tarot deck, and then I'll just pull 3 cards for clarity on this reading for you Virgos. All right. The Ace of Cups is the first card that came up, and I love this card. I feel like your cup runneth over, Virgo. So again, I feel like even through certain changes that may or may not be expected, that you're going to use wisdom and grace, and you're just going to be happy and joyful and content with your life. Now, this contentment is something that is always there for you, always being offered, represented by that hand in the sky, but it's going to be up to you to grab that overflowing cup. We also have the Knight of Wands. I do feel like you're going to have ideas that you want to share. I feel like there's going to be an inspiration to move forward with a particular idea that you have been having. Knight of Wands is expressing that one. And finally, we have the High Priestess reversed. And I feel like as you move forward with these creative ideas, excuse me, Virgo, let me just grab a drink. Okay. As you move forward with those creative ideas of yours, Virgo, I do see that the High Priestess is like representing the underlying aspect of it all, right? So this High Priestess being reversed is actually asking you to really feel into this situation, this change that could be taking place, to really just feel into it. Because I feel like sometimes you do use your emotions and you feel inspired to move forward with something, but I feel like there is also like this missing aspect of listening to your higher self. So it's going to be important moving forward into this season to take time alone and to really take time to tap into your highest self so that you can listen to that small voice inside, that intuition regarding situations, regarding your thoughts and feelings around any person, place, or thing that comes into your life moving forward. All right, Virgo, I hope you like this reading. Be sure to click that like button, of course. And now it's time to move on to the sign of Libra. Hello, Libra. I have already pre-shuffled the 3 oracle cards for this Libra reading. And so the first card here is the card for Pluto. And at the bottom it says rebirth. All right, so in astrology, the planet of Pluto is known for the compulsive forces and unconscious nature that bring about real transformations, okay? The really big transformations in your life. It's about the ability to organize and deal with society, and it's also about power, whether that be the power structure that you're living in or like your own authority and personal power, okay? The second card for you, Libra, is the creation card. And with this card right after rebirth, I do feel like you're in the stage of creating a new world for yourself. This is a pretty amazing read with just these 2 cards right here. But I feel like the reason I say that is because the rebirth, the death has already taken place, right? For you, Libra, because now you're in this stage of rebirth, of creating the new. So that means the old is already dead and gone, and it's time to bring in the new. It's time to really work on the phase of creation for what it is that you want to create. All right, so The final card is the To Be Fair card. Now, I'm not sure how well you can see this card in the video, but there is an owl on her head, and there are scales, which, by the way, remind me so much of Libra. It's the balancing of the scales. Now, on one side is a fortune cookie that says Nope, N-O-P-E. And on the other side is an egg with a very faint face inside of it. So it's like you have wisdom from past life experience that gives you this new balance as you move into this rebirth, Libra, because you already know what it is that you don't want. So now, since you know that, you have wisdom to know what it is that you do want. And so you're going to move forward creating this new experience for yourself with that level of wisdom and balance. Just, you know, I feel like you've already lived through the part that you don't want, and that's why that part's gone. And now we're in the rebirth. We're on the side of the egg, the part of life that you are now developing and creating. All right, Libra. Now I'm going to shuffle the Rider-Waite tarot, and I'm going to pull 3 cards for clarity on this reading for you Libras. We have the Ace of Swords reversed. We have the 5 of Wands reversed. Oh, and we have the 3 of Swords reversed. That makes sense. Because with, first of all, the Ace of Swords being reversed, I feel like someone was trying to change your thinking about a certain situation, probably trying to offer their thoughts in hopes that you would accept that sword and take it as your own. But no, you did not. I feel like there has been a struggle in the past. What's the energy of this struggle? It's not really a struggle. I feel like you've been conflicted in the past regarding a certain thought, feeling, person, place, or thing, right? Something was giving you conflict in the past, but now this is reversed. So I do feel like your mental conflict is really over about this situation, causing this new rebirth to take place, right? And then we have the 3 of Swords reversed. I feel like something that would have broken your heart in the past is simply not even touching you at this point. You are literally able to move forward in a new beginning, in a rebirth, because of that wisdom from the past that you used to feel conflicted about. You are now you're able to move on, no heartache. You're just done and able to walk forward into creating the life that you really wanted to create for yourself, Libra. So I think it's a great thing because I feel like a lot of your struggle, the actual struggle that you had been experiencing, is now again in the past. And now you're able to kind of move forward without those kind of things that were holding you back in your thinking and in your actions in the past. So it's kind of like removing roadblocks and having a clear path into the future. All right, Libra, I hope this reading helped you. Be sure to click that like button. And now it is time for me to move on to the sign of Scorpio. Hello, Scorpio. I have already pre-shuffled the 3 oracle cards for your reading today. So the first oracle card for you, Scorpio, is the North Node. And as you can see, this is all about the future. At the bottom, it does say future. And the number at top is 34. 3 plus 7 is 4. So 34, 3 plus 4 is 7. I said that completely wrong the first time, like dyslexic. Okay, 34 digits down to 7 in numerology, and 7 is all about taking control. So I feel like you are in this stage during this energy of the summer solstice to take control of your future and where you want to go moving forward. The second oracle card for you, Scorpio, is the trust card. So I do feel like it's going to take a certain level of trust out of you as you create this future for yourself. Now, I also noticed that the number at the top is 32. And so 32 would digit down to 5 in numerology. And my first thought here is that trust, while it is needed as you move forward, is also your challenge as you move forward. So what I feel like you need to do is you really need to trust what you're developing in yourself as you move and grow into it, because I think it's going to turn out great, but you just have to trust that. It's about having this trust that can be equated to like faith. It's like, you know what you want to develop yourself as. It's just a matter of having the trust in yourself to actually move into that future that you desire to create. And finally, we have your third oracle card is chaos and conflict, okay? Now, this one is, it looks like it's a zebra who was painted with the colors of a giraffe. So I feel like whatever chaos and conflict that you've already kind of been through is starting to kind of show your true colors. It's helping you to be who you truly are, rather than who you thought you should be for someone else, or for some other situation to work right, you had to be a certain way, right? But I feel like moving forward into your new future, as long as you trust who you really are and who you really want to be, then your true colors are going to shine through, regardless of what's going on around you. But I do feel like this is also about your past conflicts, past chaos that is now leading you to be your more authentic self, Scorpio. All right, now I'm going to shuffle the Rider-Waite Tarot, and I'm just going to pull 3 cards for clarity on this reading for you, Scorpios. The first card here is the 9 of Pentacles. This is all about like having patience to grow your beautiful garden. It's really just confirming what we have here. I showed that you've already been working hard and cultivating your whatever it is you're trying to create moving forward into your future. And I feel like you're kind of at this point where you can almost enjoy the fruits of your labor if you're not already, right? Oh, yes, the 10 of Cups. I love this card. So, Scorpio, you're creating so much happiness for yourself. Literally, like whatever conflict that has released your mask is just a benefit, a blessing to you. You have so much happiness. And we do have the 7 of Pentacles reversed. So I think as you move forward as well, you need to kind of have a little bit of balance when it comes to what you give and what you receive, okay? I don't know what end of that you need more of, but I feel like there is maybe a little bit of an imbalance when it comes to giving and receiving. So just make sure that people are not taking advantage of you, but as well, make sure that you're not taking advantage of others, you know? So it's got to be a balance. But I definitely see a lot of happiness and contentment moving forward into this future that you're creating for yourself, Scorpio. And of course, if you like this video, don't forget to click the like button down below. And now it's time for me to move on to the sign of Sagittarius. Hello, Sagittarius. I have already pre-shuffled your 3 oracle cards for this reading. And your first card is Chiron. And this card says heal. So the energy of the summer solstice time for you moving forward is going to be about your healing. Now, this can be about physical healing or energetic healing. Because as you can see, there's a snake on here with both the darkness and the light, right? So I do feel like for some of you, Sagittarius, that this is going to be a physical healing. But for some of you, this is going to be spiritual or emotional healing. The second oracle card is the masculine. And the number on the top of this card is 42, which in numerology digits down to 7. So I feel like taking actual action towards these goals of healing, whatever they may be, is going to be how you take control of this situation. All right. So those actions, for healing could be either changing your diet or adopting a new exercise program, or if it's more spiritual or emotional, it could be to take actions such as to meditate, connect with your higher self, to begin a journaling practice or something along those lines. And the last one here we have is between worlds. And this is the number 3. So I feel like you are definitely in this middle point right now where you're in between the old you and the new you, but you're definitely on this journey of healing yourself in one way or another, Sagittarius. And I think it's going to be a beautiful thing because it's like you're moving out of this gray area and into this beautiful, vibrant life ahead of you in this season. All right, Sagittarius, now I'm just going to shuffle the Rider-Waite Tarot and get 3 cards for clarity for this reading for you, Sagittarius. First, we have the 8 of Wands. So definitely some communication that came in fast or will be coming in quickly for you, probably regarding what it is that you want to change or heal about yourself. Then we have the 4 of Swords. So I do feel like with this communication coming in quickly, it's also going to be important for you to slow down your thoughts about it, to really take time to give yourself rest. And when I say rest, not only physical, but I mean that mental rest that you really need. All right. And your final card here is the 8 of Pentacles. And this is all about changing, or not really changing, but it's about creating a pattern in your life by repeating these things over and over again, right? So I think that moving forward after today, the summer solstice, it's like you're going to have to really come in to your mind and feel your body and really kind of get a hold of what type of things in your physical life do you really need to work on, those small details or those behaviors that you repeat over and over. Something there is what you're really working on, taking the action to, step into this new phase of your life, Sagittarius. So it's just a reminder to just keep going. Even when you feel like you're not making progress, look at all of these pentacles you've already created for yourself. All right. And to give yourself a break mentally from time to time, meditate, rest, rejuvenate, because it's going to be important as you continue to move forward into this new world that you're creating for yourself. All right, Sagittarius, be sure to click that like button for me down below. And now it's time for me to move on to the sign of Capricorn. Hello, Capricorn. I have already pre-shuffled your 3 oracle cards for today's reading. And the first oracle card for you, Capricorn, is the 11th house card. And at the bottom there, it says community. So I just want to let you know what the 11th house is all about in astrology. And so the 11th house is about like-minded people and similar interests to achieve ideals and hopes. It's about joint activities, group expression, social life, and friends. All right. So I do feel like you're kind of on this quest in this new season here to find a group of like-minded people. You want to reach out to people who have similar interests to you. It's almost like, I feel like you're trying to almost find a whole new group of people to be involved with right now. Okay, Capricorn? Now, the next oracle card is attraction, and that's also the number 44. Look at that. A 4 is attracted to a 4 because it's a 4. So, again, I feel like as you begin to recognize what it is that you want out of your friends, your people that you are aspiring to communicate with, I feel like the more that you recognize what it is that you are, then the more you will be able to attract what that is back to you, right? Now, the last card here is tick tock. So with this one, I get the sense that it's time. It's been a long time coming. This is something you've been wanting to create, like a community of like-minded people, people who share the same interests as you, the same ideals. But in a sense, when I see this, I always feel like you've let time get away from you in some way, Capricorn, because I feel like, gosh, I'm just getting this energy that there's been this sense of wasted time as well. So now you're trying to create it with expediency because it's like, you know that that's what you want at this time. It's like you don't want to waste any more time trying to find people that are meshing with you, right? I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the tarot now, and I'm going to pull 3 cards to clarify this reading for you Capricorns. Okay, so we have the Ace of Pentacles. This is reversed. I do feel as though you're at this stage where I feel like you know what you want, so therefore you don't always accept what's being offered to you, where you may have in the past just accepted the things that were being offered to you in the physical world, whether it's about, money or for security or whatever. I feel like you're not really focused on that anymore. It's going to be about more than just the physical, right? It's going to be about more than what someone looks like or how much money they make or how they can give you some kind of security in the physical world. I feel like you're no longer accepting that as an attraction point. We have the 7 of Swords reversed. So I do feel like the reason for this change and the reason to want to reach out is because someone had been kind of lying, keeping secrets in the past. So it's something you've let get away, but I do feel like you're privy to it now. So it's like you're not really going to want to attract that same type of person who is willing to be sneaky around you. All right. And then we have the Queen of Cups finally as the last card. I feel like emotionally you're a little closed off. As you can see, this queen has a lid on her cup, but she gazes at this cup as though she knows what's inside. So even when you don't show other people the way you feel about them, I do feel like you know how you feel about them, right? So with this being the Queen of Cups, she has all these pebbles under her feet, but it looks like one of her feet is almost going into the water. So I feel like it's time for you to dip your toes into that emotion that you feel for people, because when you can share those cups with others, they can share their cups with you. And I think you began to realize that, right? Because this is a queen after all. And her throne is full of these little angel babies. And I just feel like now through learning from past experience that sharing your emotions can actually be a good thing, especially when it comes to building this community of people that are like-minded to you. It's all about sharing how you feel with one another. And that's going to enhance the whole experience for you moving forward, Capricorn. All right, so I hope this reading resonates with you. Be sure to click that like button for me. And now it's time for me to move on to the sign of Aquarius. Hello, Aquarius. I have already pre-shuffled your 3 oracle cards for this summer solstice reading. And so the first oracle card for you, Aquarius, is the Virgo card. And on the bottom of this card, it says digest. All right. So there's something you have harvested in your life that you haven't fully comprehended what's taken place, right? Because it's asking you to digest something. Okay? So there's something you've grown to a point of the harvest that you now must assimilate into yourself, right? So it's going to be like time to actually take a look at what it is that you have created and to really understand your part in this. All right, Aquarius. Next, we have the Will card. So this is going to take willpower out of you to do, meaning that you have to use your mental muscle to actually, like, make yourself see something from a different perspective. Because I do see this light shining in her face, but she's also wearing a mask. Look at that. So there's a light shining in her face, meaning that this awareness is right there in front of your face. But you wear this mask, which is like the ego. So in some way, you kind of let pride and ego get in the way of this awareness, which has caused you not to be able to digest this situation properly, right? So the next card we have here is blessed. So I feel like, Aquarius, it's going to be so important for you to spend time alone in this season and to actually connect with gratitude. Because at times, because of that mask you wear, that ego mask, it's hard for you to connect with the good that you have right in front of you. And if you don't do that, then you're not separating the wheat from the tare. That's really what I'm seeing, because I looked at this as I was thinking, right? By separating the wheat from the tares, pulling the weeds, and only keeping the good, that's where you're going to find yourself blessed, okay? And when I say to separate the wheat from the tares, I'm referring to in your own thinking, Aquarius. So you got to pull out those weeds that are not doing any good and that you simply can't eat and digest, right? Those are those thoughts that are doing you no good. It's time to lose those. And this is also the number 22 on the top of the card of blessed. So the 22 is the number of the master builder. And I just feel like if you start to build yourself back up, start to digest where you are and where you want to go with gratitude and feeling blessed, then you're actually going to be building a better life for yourself moving forward, Aquarius. All right, I'm going to shuffle the Rider-Waite deck now, and I'm going to pull 3 cards for clarity on this reading for you, Aquarius. All right. We have the Page of Swords. I do feel like, in a sense, there's this sense of immaturity when it comes to the thinking at times. Like you charge forth with a thought and you express it without first thinking through, right? Because as you can see in this sword, the wind is blowing pretty strong, as indicated by the image. There's a little bit of cloud. His hair is blowing. The trees in the background are even blowing. So I feel like when you charge forth with a thought you haven't fully even digested yet, something you haven't even assimilated, and then you charge forth with that, and it's just from a point of immaturity at times. All right, next we have the High Priestess. And what the High Priestess is asking you is to tap into your intuition, into your emotions, and to give yourself more time before you charge forth with those kinds of thoughts and ideas that may or may not serve you as you move forward. Yeah, and then we have the Judgment card. So with the third card being the Judgment, I feel like something that has happened to you regarding this page, it has been an awakening experience for you, right? You see these people down below are rising out of the coffin. And so I feel like it was blowing of the trumpet, right? The angel blows the trumpets and it's awakening all these people from the dead. And it's like a rebirth. So I feel like as you take time with yourself and really tap into your emotions and digest this situation that you've created for yourself with your own ego mask, that is going to cause a rebirth that, again, is going to be creating all new blessings in your life as long as you let it, Aquarius. So I hope this reading resonates with you, and be sure to click that like button down below. And now it's time for me to move on to the sign of Pisces. Hello, Pisces. I have already pre-shuffled your 3 oracle cards for today's reading. So the first card we have here is the Mercury card. And at the bottom of this card, it says messages. Yeah, messages. And as you can see, it's like a white and a black snake kind of intertwined with each other and facing off at the top of the card. So I do feel in a certain way, this is just all about communication, but not only with yourself, with your own internal communication, but it's also going to be about how you are communicating with the people in your life and with those other relationships that you have. All right, so the second card we have here is discernment. And in this image, you can see that she has basically this cloud cover over her physical eyes, but her heart, her chest, has the sun. So I feel like it's going to be very important for you not to really use your outer eyes or your physical senses or even your conscious mind when it comes to a lot of your communicating moving forward. I feel like where your eyes have failed you in the past or your physical senses have failed you in the past, it's going to be important for you to learn to communicate with your inner senses, you know, with your own intuition. And that will help to clear the cloud cover, and it's going to give you discernment when it comes to the relationships in your life and who you're going to let in and really how you feel about all of these people and situations in your life. Now, the third card is Come to the Edge. All right, so I do feel like this card is asking you to release fear of some kind. Do not be afraid to go all the way to the edge. This is about like leap and the net will appear. All right, so I do feel like at times, Pisces, when you're only relying on your conscious mind and physical senses, that's when you can sometimes feel the feelings of fear or, you know, being afraid to move forward into either a situation or a relationship or something along those lines. But this is asking you to really connect with your heart chakra, your inner voice, and communicate with that, because it's going to help you release the fears that you may have, even if it's not fear. It could just be like you live a little too safe at times, right? So this card is asking you to do not be afraid. Just come to the edge, right? Okay, now I'm going to shuffle the Rider-Waite Tarot, and I'm just going to pull 3 cards as clarity for this reading for you, Pisces. All right, so first we have the Queen of Swords reversed. And in this one, I do feel like your actual thoughts have sometimes held you back from changing your thinking around certain situations. So like we were saying, it's time to like not really think things through with your conscious mind, but more to feel things with your discernment. And, you know, tap into your intuition more as you move forward past this summer solstice. All right. Because as you kind of let go of your limited thinking and start to tap more into your feeling, that's going to lead to a certain level of transformation in your thinking as well. All right. Next, we have this Nine of Swords card. So at times, you do have like this level of anxiety in your thoughts. And again, I feel like it's because we get the moon reversed. Whenever you have that level of anxiety, I think it's just because you're too focused on your conscious thinking and not enough focus, because this one's reversed, on the more mysterious side, right? Your emotions, your intuition. Okay, Pisces? So this is really all about learning to communicate with those inner senses and to tap more into your emotions, because you know you're already an emotional sign. So it's possible that sometimes you let your intellect get in the way of that, maybe as a way to avoid those emotions. But it's really just time to let them work for you in order to help you to change your thinking, to let go of fears, and to just leap and let the net appear. So it's time to tap into that discernment through the inner senses rather than always just thinking and using your outer senses, Pisces. So if you like this reading, be sure to click that like button. And this was the final reading for today's video. So thank you all so much for being here and spending your time with me. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.